right, and joining us now to discuss the latest, we're being joined now by former U.S. diplomat Jim Jatras. All right, Jim, let's pick up after this weekend's dueling concerts. A number of deaths there, many more injured. Meanwhile, Guaido's camp is calling for military intervention. Obviously, that's a welcome to the American troops. Do you think his rhetoric is supported by the Venezuelan people?
Well, look, like any country, I think this notion, this frankly Bolshevik notion that the people all want one thing and don't want something else, I think is wrong. Venezuela is a very divided country. America is a divided country. Ukraine in 2014 was a divided country. I'm sure some Venezuelans want that. Other Venezuelans don't want it and will fight. This notion we can just say, oh, the people all want something, I think is infantile and propagandistic, to tell the truth.
I mean, we'd probably have to agree, though, that people don't want blood.
Well, some people somewhere want blood. Look, Manila, this is regime change 101. You put sanctions on a country, you drive its economy into the ground and say, oh, look at the humanitarian disaster, we have to do something. Oh, we'll send these trucks, in which also then you get Molotov cocktails, you get a pretext for violence. There's been some sniping there. We remember that from 2014 in Kiev. All the ducks are getting into a row for some kind of intervention. Now, whether that will look like Libya 2011, whether it will look like Iraq 2003, Ukraine 2014, we really don't know. But unfortunately, we've seen this movie many times before.
Now, we know Pence is in Bogota. He's already met with Juan Guaido. He's likely to talk with him some more during his time there. He's meeting now with the Lima group. He's expected to lay out some, as he says, concrete steps in removing Maduro from office. Could we expect them to announce a military intervention today?
I have to comment, when you introduced and mistakenly said President Mike Pence, I think you were right the first time. I mean, Donald Trump promised no more regime changes when he ran for president in 2016. Now he's following the same neocon script. This is really more up Mike Pence's alley than it is what we were supposed to get with the Trump administration. I don't think we're quite there yet in terms of a military intervention, a direct one by the United States.
What about Bolton's notepad, that gap with the 5,000 troops?
As I say, I still think they're getting their ducks in a row. I think they're pre-positioning for various eventualities. I don't think they know yet what exactly the scenario will be. That will partly depend on what the pretext. Hey, I'm waiting for the white helmets to show up and for Maduro to use poison weapons against his own people.
Oh boy, that's another page from the playbook, I suppose.
Indeed.
And today, the Treasury Department announced new sanctions against 4 Venezuelan state governors, all Maduro allies. How do you see this latest move by the U.S.? More sanctions?
Of course, more sanctions, and I think what they want to do is personalize as much as possible, not only with these state governments, but especially with members of the Venezuelan military, as President Trump said the other day, that there's no way escape for you. They, basically to say you personally will suffer if you do not defect from Maduro's side to our side, and that's playing hardball, no question.
So a moment ago you mentioned Libya as a failed effort by the U.S. there. It's become a failed state. Senator Marco Rubio set the Twitter sphere ablaze with this cryptic tweet. He didn't say anything, but there's the image there. Gaddafi in power. Gaddafi just moments before he was killed. Not a single word tweeted. Just that image. How can U.S. politicians behave this? He's a senator. Should Americans forget that easily, that look what happened to Libya?
Remember that evil witch cackling, we came, we saw, he died?
Yeah.
If anybody had any doubts, there's not a dime's worth of difference between neocons in the Republican Party and liberal interventionists in the Democratic Party and their wars of aggression and indeed even murder, assassination against foreign leaders. There it is. There it is. Well, a picture's worth 1,000 words. I think this one's worth more than 1,000 words.
Yeah, if there was any overlap ever between groups, neocons and some of these, let's say Hillary Democrats, because I think a lot of them supported this, and she was the Secretary of State at the time that image happened.
She was proud of it. She was proud of it. She reveled in that bloodshed. And all I can say is, as somebody who supported Trump early on, this is what we were promised an end to. And instead, he's taking his marching orders from people like Senator Rubio, I guess, and Hillary Clinton.
You're clearly disappointed in the way the U.S. is moving.
Well, I'm not necessarily off the Trump train, but I want to know, is he off the America First train?
All right, we'll leave it right there. We'll have to see. Jim Jatras, thank you for sharing your expertise with us.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.